We know exactly what's going on here. And to pretend that it's for some other reason, stop. Do I have like stupid written on my back, the back of my shirt? I mean, come on, we know what this is all about. This isn't about what they say it's about. So people should just tell the truth. This is the wrong black guy. He has to be destroyed. Just say it. And now at least we're honest with each other.
He knew he was going into the trial of his life with the Senate, run by the Democrats.
The hearing will come to order.
We knew it was in the lion's den.
Good morning, Judge. Welcome to the blinding lights. Finding out what you mean when you say that you would apply the natural law philosophy to the Constitution is, in my view, the single most important task of this committee.
Senator Biden was very focused on natural law. How did that go?
Who knows? I have no idea what he was talking about.
I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here. That you and I know at least what we're talking about here. There's a fervent and aggressive school of thought that wishes to see natural law further inform the Constitution than it does now. Argued against by the positivists led by Judge Bork. Now again, that may be lost on all the people. You know and I know what we're talking about.
I have to be perfectly honest with you. You sit there and you have no idea what they are talking about. All I know is that he was asking me these questions about natural law.
Someone may apply it in a way, like Moore, who leads him in a direction that is, quote, liberal. You may apply it in a way that leads you in a direction that's conservative. Or you may, like many argue, not apply it at all. But it is a fundamental question that's going to be almost impossible for non-lawyers to grasp in an exchange. But you know and I know it is a big, big deal. And in conclusion,
one of the things you do in hearing is you have to sit there and look attentively at people you know have no idea what they're talking about. And it was fine. I understood what he was trying to do. I didn't really appreciate it. Natural law was nothing more than a way of tricking me into talking about abortion. Since many Catholic moral philosophers saw the two things as intimately related. But my interest in natural law was different.
Those who subscribe to this moral code view of natural law call into question a wide range of personal and family rights, from reproductive freedom to each individual's choice over procreation.
On day 2, Judiciary Committee Democrats tried again. Again, couldn't convince Clarence Thomas of their need to know how he would rule on a woman's right to an abortion.
How are you? Are you holding up okay? Clarence Thomas signaled he's holding up just fine as he went before the Senate Judiciary Committee for a third day. Abortion once again topped the agenda.
Most of my opponents on the Judiciary Committee cared about only one thing. How would I rule on abortion rights? You really didn't matter, and your life didn't matter. What mattered was what they wanted, and what they wanted was this particular issue.
Have you ever had discussion of Roe versus Wade, other than in this room?
Only, I guess, Senator, in the fact that in the most general sense, if you're asking me whether or not I've ever debated the contents of it, the answer to that is no, Senator.
Well, with all due respect, Judge, I have some difficulty with your answer.
You ask us to believe that an intelligent and outspoken person like yourself has never discussed Roe v. Wade with another human being?
They refused to believe you had not discussed Roe v. Wade.
Well, you know what? They refuse to believe a lot of things. It's really, isn't that fascinating? I had to have discussed it because they wanted me had to have discussed it. It goes back to the thing about affirmative action. You have to believe in affirmative action because we think you ought to believe in affirmative action. Well, how's that different from slavery? How's that different from segregation? How's that different from being told you can't walk across that park? Oh, you can't think those thoughts. How's it any different? You know what? I prefer to be excluded from the park because I can live my life quite freely without having set foot in a park. But you can't live it freely without having your own thoughts. I felt as though in my life I had been looking at the wrong people as the people who would be problematic toward me. We were told that, oh, it's going to be the bigot in the pickup truck, it's going to be the Klansman, it's going to be the rural sheriff. And I'm not saying that there weren't some of those who were bad, but it turned out that through all of that, ultimately the biggest impediment was the modern day liberal. That they were the ones who would discount all those things because they have one issue or because they have the authority, the power to caricature you.
Thank you all.